and being need to take hits 3 times just to be incapacitated and cheered. And then, like I said, I am predicting this forward pick because, well, we do know it is a sculptor after all. A forward is always a useful companion. And now here we are at the red church with Ching making her way towards the middle and finding Santi the forward here at the middle area, and it'll be his first chance to kite our sculptor.
Oh, really getting a head start right here with the football, utilizing, I think, more than half of his, no, utilizing almost all of his football just to get away, to get into a different area. And we can see that there are other survivors in this area, and you mentioned it, Psychologist could potentially take 3 hits. Now, we also have the Seer in the mix, so now the Psychologist could potentially take even 4 hits, or we can see the forward getting a support out in a few moments. Oh, might actually get away from Xing right here, at least for a moment. It depends. Did the forward stay in the tram, or did he actually move away from the tram? Because Xing is trying to predict that he is in the tram.
That's right, and we're actually about to see, because here Ching is trying to predict, and here's the forward already down upon exiting the tram. Amazing foresight on the part of Ching here, and now the forward will potentially make his way to the rocket chair with 5 ciphers remaining. I think Ching is off to a really good start here, Grizzly.
And we have point out that the forward was doing a fantastic job. He knew that he would go down, so why not go down in front of the tram to buy just a little bit more time before Xing can actually pick him up, because you don't want to pick up the forward in front of the tram and then getting stunned right away. Now we can see the skill, the shizzle right here, really putting pressure on the Seer while he is decoding and slowing down the decoding progress of the survivors on the other side. We can see the Psychologist pushing that Cypher machine. Priestess giving Tinnitus, forcing Xing to stay in the area, forcing Xing to not go away, but forward is already past halfway. Now we have the Priestess slowly moving in, trying to come to the rescue. The question is, will Xing be able? Yes! Xing will be able to spot out the Priestess, is cancelling out that portal, is hitting forward yet again, and this might be the first survivor already out of the game, but look at the Cypher machine progress. 2 Cypher machines remaining.
Actually, it was a good decision on the part of the survivors here to rescue the forward after half, because they do need to make up for that lost decoding progress. And now Ching actually already has lost sight of the Priestess, but it looks like he's really got this good hunter instinct, already finding her here at the Geisha house, and will now be chasing her in this area, while there will be 2 other survivors left to decode the 2 remaining ciphers. So all Akari needs to do here is buy enough time just to be able to secure at least 60 to 70% of decoding progress on 2 ciphers, just so they will be able to prime that last cipher.
Wow, what a fantastic job right here in general from Akari, really utilizing the portals to buy more time to get away. And look at the Cypher machine progress. We have the Psychologist being at halfway. This could be a really, really good time for the survivor side. They really put pressure on Xing right here. The Owl is taking that hit, now buying the Priestess more time to get away. There is a portal, she will utilize that portal and she will buy more time. Oh, the tram is coming, cutting off Akari's way. Now Akari is wide in the open, and this might be a little bit of a problem. Blink is coming through. Akari goes down. Fantastic job from the survivor side. We can see the Psychologist finishing that Cypher machine off and is most likely going in for the rescue right away. But ooh, Xing.
This is the basement.
Yeah, basement.
That's right. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on both survivors just to be able to get this rescue. Like we said, it's one thing to rescue from the basement, but it's also an entirely different story to get out of it alive. So now we really need to push this last cipher, and I'm seeing some good progress over there, Grizzly. So all that needs to be done is for the Psychologist to successfully rescue the Priestess. This cipher is already barely primed, but this is such a good decision on the part of Ching to put pressure on the Seer in this middle area.
That is for sure, that is for sure. Ooh, we have the Priestess down right, no, not the Priestess, the Seer down right here. We will see the Seer on the chair in a minute. Priestess is rescued, so what we can now expect is the Psychologist straight up running in for, it's actually going to, I think, heal the Priestess. And we can now see one of the survivors needs to go in for a rescue, which is potentially the Priestess, since she can still utilize her portals, and the Psychologist needs to position herself on the Cypher machine that is already primed. This needs a lot of coordination and also a lot of good gameplay right here, getting the attention of Xing, because we can see it. Xing is standing right on that Cypher machine. Xing knows, okay, that's the Cypher machine I have to protect. That's the Cypher machine where these survivors will go to.
That's right. And actually, this is really good on the part of Xing because he can defend two things at the same time. He can defend the chair and he can defend that Cypher. Oh, a very nice hit. And that Cypher has already been popped. Wow, amazing end gameplay on the part of Xing here, being able to stay on top of it all. So now all that remains is for them to open that gate, but Xing just might be able to catch up with them.
So there we go, we have two survivors out of the game, and now we're gonna see the chase of the Priestess right here, while, Finny is trying to open up the gate, teleportation is coming in. This might be a really, really good play of Xing, because both survivors are on the same side of the map, and Xing can now put pressure on them, is now picking up the Psychologist and is now trying to get at least the 3 survivor elimination by putting her on the chair. But then on the other side, Priestess is already injured. She can go down with 2 statues, and Xing is still having a lot of time figuring out where the Priestess is. Priestess could potentially go towards the dungeon area, because if Psychologist is getting sent back to the manor, the dungeon will open up. But Xing is still trying to, protect the Psychologist on the chair, as well as trying to put pressure on the Priestess.
That's right, and actually I think they both have the same idea in mind, and that's why they're both trying to prepare for it. So Akari is just trying to trigger that earmark earlier, but will now probably try to go for that dungeon, while Xing here is already quite confident that probably Akari will not be able to rescue, because he really is making his way towards the chair already. He might try to go back just to make sure that Akari will... already pulls off that rescue right there. Finny is free and is going to that same gate that she was trying to decode earlier, but Xing is just gonna cut her route here and try to stop her, because it looks like he knows where to find her here in this area right here.
Psychologist is down right there. We still have Akari, but now there's a huge chance for the Sculptor to actually make the move that you see in these games, back and forth. You want to bring down the Psychologist, then you want to bring down the Priestess. You really want to get that full survivor elimination with the statues right here. Even the pellets are not really a good help, because the Priestess is in a situation where she can easily take these statues, and this might be the hit. Priestess is down, Psychologist is up. Again, what we're gonna see is a back and forth. We're gonna see Xing now concentrating on the Psychologist again, and as soon as the Psychologist is down, Xing will concentrate on the Priestess again, because that is gonna give Xing the 4 survival elimination. But it seems like Xing will be fine with the 3 survivor elimination, the 3-point game right here.
That's right, because here we see that he finally focused on the Priestess. Meta Hunter, amazing chase potential, chair defense, and game, and the ability to deal with stunners. We have seen statues block forward stuns before, and here we are. Phoenix versus B4U here at Ever Sleeping Town. Revi spawning here at the first station already, going towards the middle of the map to find the first target.
Going towards the direction of the Mercenary, which is not the worst find. You can actually deal damage with the statues, but actually finding Schmitty right here, who is the forward in this match. And this might be the first chase, and also might be the chase Revi is going to pursue. And you mentioned it, Revi coming in as Sculptor, just as Xing did before, and is trying to mirror at least the outcome, maybe even up the outcome right here with a 4 survival elimination. knows that the forward is definitely not the best pick and decides to go for Roland right here, which is the Mercenary. Again, Mercenary has a really delayed go down time and has a long time on the chair, so not the best find. What you want to go for is definitely the Seer. If you can find the Seer, you can cancel out his out. He is the best find in this entire game right here. And Revi is making sure to get to that Seer. And here we can see he found the Seer, is now trying to utilize the statues to get hits, and is probably really committing to problems right here. But this was already buying a lot of time for the survivors, really almost chasing the hunter across the entire map before Revi was actually able to find the Seer and now committing to that chase.
That's right, especially because the Priestess has already decoded more than 50% of one cipher, and we can imagine something along those numbers on the side of other survivors as well. Goblins here containing the Sculptor at a very strong area in the map, which is the corner house. But look, he tries to just destroy this portal right here just to deny him of that escape. And now the chase continues here at the two-story. I do believe that Goblins is doing a good job so far containing the Sculptor and dropping that pallet for that speed boost probably. But again, this is a Sculptor after all. We still can see some new moves on the part of Revi here. What could he be planning, Grizzly?
Oh, what a fantastic kite. Really good job so far from the Seer, and really buying more time. 4 Cypher machines are remaining. If we look in the bottom left, we can see Mercenary is about to pop that Cypher too. So this is definitely a little bit more pressure on Phoenix's side. If we look at the match before, B4U was able to bring down their first survivor very fast and was able to really put pressure on the survivor side. Now it seems like it's a little bit reversed. Now it seems like the Seer is putting pressure with that really long kite on Phoenix's side, but Seer eventually got knocked out, got on his rocket chair for the first time. Now, still 2 Cypher machines remaining, but this opens up. Oh, look at that. I think what was the Mercenary is just waiting there, giving to Nidus, forcing Revi to stay in this area.
That's right. You really don't want this Sculptor to be pressuring those 2 remaining Cyphers, especially because it's the Priestess and the Forward, not really the best decoder in the team, who is left to decode that last Cypher. Oh, a really nice rescue! A very nice rescue on the part of the Mercenary here.
Yes, really comes in right here. Revi probably didn't really expect that. Was hitting the Mercenary, wasn't a terror shot. I almost saw that as a terror shot, but it wasn't. Mercenary is getting away right there. Seer is taking that hit, but look at the Cypher machine progress. Problems going down right here, as far away from all the Cypher machines as possible. Realize there is the dungeon. Maybe I should get away from the dungeon, but the dungeon is still very close by. Now we see 1 Cypher machine is remaining. That Cypher machine could already be primed, and as far as we can tell, we still have the Priestess in the game with 2 portals ready right now. That is definitely a very tough situation right here. Cypher machine almost primed.
That's right. And actually 2 survivors can go for that rescue. And looks like Roland here is just triggering Tinnitus, because that gave the Priestess the opportunity to rescue, to pull off that portal rescue in the basement. And now there's that Cypher pop that I was waiting for. And now it's everybody's, every man for himself. You really need to get to that gate to trigger the end game and possibly come out with a 4-man escape, if not 3. So now the pressure is on the Sculptor here to try to guard both gates as best as he can. And here are the 2, actually 3. The 3 of them are in this area, so they could just split up and go for both gates.
Ooh, Problems is definitely the survivor target you want to go for, because he already was on the chair. The thing is, they split up on the exit gates, and now, oh nice, CSR is coming through and is actually taking that hit right here from the CRT. Oh, that might actually be possible. Not happening.
Oh, wow. So that was a fantastic job on the part of Revi to deny the Seer of that dungeon escape, because that has still secured him 1 point for his team. And now B4U, because as we mentioned, the statues do have the ability to cancel that out even with just chip damage. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to play out.
Yes, I am excited myself. We are on Lakeside Village. Will Xing find the seer first and then commit to the seer? He is going into the direction of the seer, so that is already a really good sign for Xing right here. If he is not finding the seer first chase, I almost feel like Xing will commit to the first survivor that he finds, because with the precision of his statues, he is very confident in just going for the survivors that he is finding. Right now, the transitioning, the rotation of Team Phoenix right here is extremely on point, forcing Xing to just rotate around the entire map, buying more time, and now we can see Nuka, who is the patient, being the chased survivor right here.
Wow, and this will be the patient's time to shine. I'm really excited to see this because we've talked about him just earlier, and now to see him here really does put a smile on my face. And now they're really being put in a lot of pressure here, staying in the shack area, because that means that one of them is not decoding when he should be. So now it'll be the job of the seer this time to contain Xing. And it's really good because that means that the patient has successfully transitioned out of the area so that he can start decoding. So now Finny trying to contain the sculptor here in the shack, making good use of it actually, buying that time just to be able to get them started on those ciphers. And I did see 74% progress on that cipher, and the use of that owl, by the way. A really good use of owl just to be able to extend that kite. And now they're gonna make it towards the lakeside. I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. What do you think, Grizzly?
It was an extremely good job from the seer right here. Look at that. Look how he is baiting these statues, but still taking the fantastic job from the seer. We have seen it before. Seer can buy a lot of time, even if the owl can be cancelled out. But this owl was utilized in a really, really good way. Fantastic job from Finny, buying a lot of time for the team. They are almost able to decode, I think, 2 ciphers. We can see that the forward right there is almost popping off that cipher. Nuka, the patient, is in the area, is trying to stay at that cipher machine, but knows the sigil is right there, so that might be a hit. And we can see Forward coming in for that rescue. Again, Forward almost primed that cipher machine, so they are basically down to 3 cipher machines. There is going to be a push, but not a hit, but the rescue is coming through. Tide Turner will buy more time. But
another
Santi the Forward is buying more time right here. Finny is now on the run, is trying to transition towards the big boat. And the question is, will he be able to do so? And will he be able to buy enough time for the team to decode the ciphers?
Wow.
Wasn't able to get the
they probably placed him there just to be able to give him the chance to transition, especially because I could only see half the portal, so it's not very visible, and that could have been a good strategy. But here is Santi in the area. Will he be able to do that? Oh, was not able to do a balloon rescue there, but he does have more, a lot of that football still remaining. So I think they can still pull off a rescue just to secure, an extended amount of time for the seer to kite. But Xing looking really confident here, already not camping him and already transitioning towards the large boat and getting started on his next target.
Phoenix actually trying to completely team up on the cipher machines right here, and also healing the Forward to prolong his life. And the teleport is coming in. The rest, the healing process was not done. So now the Forward with another chip damage will be a really, really good target for Xing. Was able to get away since he had a lot of football left. But will he take a hit? Yes, he will take a hit with that statue. Fantastic job from Xing. A lot of patience. We saw how Phoenix was trying to, let the seer on the chair and really focus on decoding, but Xing is not dealing with this. Xing is immediately putting pressure on the survivors yet again. And look at this, how far away the survivors are. We have what I think is the patient, right? The patient in the area, but that's gonna be a rescue they have to go for.
Oh, already used that hook to get in the area and has already absorbed that hit to do the rescue for the forward. Nice rescue on the part of the patient here, but now the pressure is on Santi. Oh, a nice hit from Ching right there, securing that that kill on the part of the forward. And now only one more Cypher remaining. They could still turn this around. They could potentially turn this into a tie. And it's now going to be up to Ching to stay on top of it all, just to make sure that he will at least be able to secure a 3-man kill, if not 4.
Fantastic job. I just want to mention this. Forward was really getting away from the patient as far as possible because he knows, okay, Priestess is coming in for the rescue. Priestess has a better chance of actually rescuing, so the patient needs to decode that last Cypher machine. Look at the Cypher machine progress. Bottom left, we see it. Fantastic job from Phoenix side right here. Now the question is, will the Priestess be able to Oh, teleport is coming in, preventing the Cypher machine from being primed. This is giving definitely a good opening for the Priestess.
Oh, wow.
These statues, wow.
These statues are such a menace because look, it just canceled the full potential of a patient to establish some distance between himself and the hunter. It just goes to show that the sculptor really is such a dangerous hunter. We see here pause deduction.
Bring down more survivors. We saw Xing was pausing the game. Everything seems to be fine now. We are back in the action, and again, we now have the patient on the share. And this is what I'm saying. Right now, Priestess was taking the damage. Now it's already a better situation for Xing, right? It's already a better outcome because the Priestess will go down with 1 hit.
That's right. And just being able to put that kind of pressure with the health that is remaining on both the Priestess and the forward really does put Xing at a position of strength right here. Oh wow, was able to use the statues to down the Priestess before she's able to pull off that rescue, but the Cyphers have already been popped. But Xing was able to utilize the tension to down the Priestess. Will the forward still make it?
That was a really, really bold move. It could have been very, very different. Imagine, imagine the Priestess being able to get to that pallet and then, you know, stunning the hunter or maybe rescuing the patient from the chair. This could have been very, very different, but Xing was reacting quickly and was bringing down the Priestess right there. Yet again, now putting down the Priestess, taking care of the forward was the right play, and that's absolutely fantastic for B4U right here because they are taking home a 4-point game, and not a 4-point, a 4 survivor elimination 5-point game. And this is putting so much pressure on Phoenix right now because Phoenix needs to get at least a 5-point game as well in the second half of round number 2 to tie it and to make it into a round 3 to potentially...
Actually, because this duo, the psychologist and the patient, just might be the counter to those puddles because it'll be a quick way to transition out of that dangerous area. And now here we are at the lakeside with Nayad spawning at the corner of the map, making her way towards the shack area where Katz is actually staying. So it'll be his job to contain Nayad here at the shack area and buy as much time for his teammates to get these ciphers going.
That is for sure, and I'm very curious to see which survivor she will go for first. We can see Schmitty right there. Seer, do you want to go for the Seer as Nayad early in the game? It's definitely a pick that you can go. Oh, it's not even the Seer. It's the patient. Yes, patient on the other side is definitely a survivor that I would go for too because he could be a target that will go down early. I mean, compared to the other survivors, forward, Priestess and Psychologist, that's definitely a different story. Nice hit of Revi right here. Again, Revi needs to pick up the pace right here. He needs to put pressure on these survivors.
That's right. To be able to secure this 4-man kill at least, Revi really needs to get it going. But look at Schmitty just making use of this terrain and that hook to establish some distance and extending his kite. I'm actually curious if the psychologist is in coordination with him just to be able to provide support, but it looks like they really need to focus on decoding first. Oh, he used a blink right there, but Schmitty was able to successfully dodge that. nice stuff from Schmitty right here, and the kite continues towards the middle area of Lakeside where the psychologist is. We might be able to see some coordination on the part of Schmitty and my leg right here. What do you think, Grizzly?
That was an extremely good hook right there. I just want to point that out again. Even I was surprised. Not only Revi was utilizing the blink. Nice utilization right here of Revi's skill, and now bringing down Schmitty, first survivor on the chair. Definitely is looking really good right here for Revi, because now 4 Cypher machines are remaining, and we can see that there is a lot of pressure on B4U right now. But again, this is just the beginning of the game. We have problems coming in. Priest is definitely a good survivor to come in for a rescue. Is trying to utilize that skill again, but oh, very nice shoot down, and is actually getting the rescue in a really, really good way. Schmitty is now the target you want to go for. Will he utilize the skill? He can't.
That's right, because actually the Priestess Paulins actually didn't bring Tide Turner, so that's a quick reach here on the part of Schmitty right here. But they really do need to make up for this decoding. 3 ciphers remaining. Really need to be careful with their decisions here. And now here's Katz, our forward, trying to go for the rescue this time. Will he make it?
That's gonna be very, very interesting. And nice dash right here, but Katz is still making his way to the rescue and is getting the patient off the chair.
That's right, and he has already been hit, and last effort is in effect. It's gonna be up to Katz here to provide as much support as he can, just to be able to buy time. Oh, takes a hit right there. Nice stuff on the part of Nayad here, and now Schmitty is down and might go back to the manor if Katz is not able to give that support. But look at him dodging the attack and going in for the position of support right here. I wonder how this is gonna play out, because if he does pull off the stun, okay, drops Schmitty right there, but was able to absorb that stun, and that's actually quite long. Really good stun on the part of Katz, yes.
Extremely good stun from Katz, and even if Schmitty will go on the chair right here for the 3rd time and will get out of the game, if you look at the Cypher machine, look at that, 1 Cypher machine remaining, and if we look at the Priestess, that Cypher machine will probably just pop, because now all survivors were super far away. Again, they only need 1 survivor through the gate. They only need to get 1 survivor secured to get this victory, and right now they are just positioning each other perfectly well. We have the psychologist on the front gate. We also have the forward right here away from all the gates, kiting Revi, and then we also have the priestess on the back. On the back gate, and we can see they also have the global portal. Now Katz was just buying enough time for the rest of the team to actually open up these gates to get out of here. They are actually taking a leave, potentially giving Katz the option to... Oh, nice avoidance of Jinx! Katz is having the option of the dungeon, but the dungeon is nowhere near, so even if Revi is able to bring down Katz right here, they already have 2 survivors out, which will secure them the spot in the next bracket in this tournament.
That's right. Actually, Katz doing a fantastic job extending the game here at the Lakeside, really pulling off this amazing kite and just trying to make his way to the dungeon. But of course, Revi is able to land that hit and will be able to cheer Katz, but still a valiant effort on the part of Katz here. Amazing stuff on the part of